Hey YouTube, I've got another coaching video for you today. This time I was coaching a champion player who was struggling with offense, positioning and a little bit of possession. There's a lot of great things to take into your own games from this session, so be sure to watch to the end. Also, if you're interested in joining our community, the SSL Academy, the link to the Discord will be down in the description. And if you're interested in coaching, I'll be doing free coaching occasionally and you can sign up for that in the Discord. There's a waitlist at the moment, but be sure to sign up to be in a chance for being chosen for that too. I'll also be launching my Patreon again soon for paid coaching, so keep an eye out for that. But anyway, that's all from me, so let's get to the good stuff. Yeah, I think it was just by accident he bumped you. So the only thing I'd say is, so see in this position here, like you're in the right position here, and this is good. See when this ball like is put around you. So we see here when we're coming back, if we just like observe what we see here, we see the enemy's committed, and we see our teammates like in mid. Where's our teammate going to be in the next like five or so seconds?
They're probably going to be rotating back post.
Yeah, so our teammate's going to go like this, right? Going to be in a good position to defend. So when we come forward, let's see if our teammate follows this line. Yeah, close enough. So when our teammate comes back like this, we know that he's going to be pretty safe to get like any ball that's on the corner here. Okay. So when we start to feel like a little bit awkward here, so obviously this has turned into a bit of an awkward ball for us because he's put it behind us and we're in a bit of an unfortunate position here. So we could actually just like, since we see like 5 seconds ago that our teammate's going to be here, and we know that he's there, we can just go back and just leave this for our teammate.
Yeah.
Because he's just got like a stronger touch on it. Because even if you turn for this, you're probably going to get like a weak 50 if you manage to 50 this, because he's got the momentum and he's coming in at the angle that he wants. And for you, it's more of like a rapid 50, you know, that you don't have the best control over. And it's at a pretty bad angle for you as well. So just think about your teammates' positioning and try and think about whether they can help you or not in the situation that you're in. Because a lot of the time you're better off just leaving it for your teammate. And maybe you wouldn't be in that position there. But again, it's pretty unfortunate. Like, not the end of the world. Okay. Careful with these. These are dangerous. What do you think you could have done a bit differently?
Possession.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So there's a lot of the time... Sorry, on you go.
I should have just probably taken possession. Got like, maybe just not go for an aerial, just go for maybe a dribble, a bounce dribble.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, definitely. I think that's probably the best way to do. I think like a big... So just from the start, like when we saw the first, you know, when they scored that first goal, I have a feeling that probably a big thing, like especially around champ, like I've coached a few champs now, and I think a big problem I see in champ is people don't like they don't look for information that's gonna help their next play, right? So a lot of the time people like to focus on the ball. And people like to focus like around the ball, like in this kind of area, right? So if there's like an enemy in this area, you're gonna recognize that they're there, right? But if the enemy's over here, we're not necessarily watching them. If the enemy's here, we're not necessarily watching them either. So I think like in this moment, if you come back a few seconds ago, see here, we see everyone, right? And the ball's pretty far away, so we have like time to take it all in, yeah? So we see this guy on the enemy on the left, he's not of any threat to us. Our teammate's not in any position to touch this ball. And the other enemy is on the opposite side of the pitch, so we've kind of got complete free reign here. And we've got like a lot of time to decide what we're going to do, alright? And that's just because we look at the enemies, you know? Like, we don't look at the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. So try and like, try in the future, kind of like all the time throughout your game, try and take your eyes off the ball and keep the ball in like your peripherals, like on the side for a little bit, and try and look at like the different people on the pitch and try and get an idea of what they're doing and where they're going to be in like the next 5 seconds or so. So if we go back here, let's say we've gone up for this ball, right? Let's think about where the enemies are going to be in the next 5 seconds. What do you think?
Which one?
Both of them, like everybody on the pitch, really going to
Okay.
be in the next 5 seconds. Let's have a wee game.
The lag guy seems like, from what I can see, he's gonna kind of come in towards our side, maybe.
Which
and
guy?
then
This guy?
the other guy.
This one over here?
Well, they're both facing our side. So
Oh, so this guy's facing this
that
side.
guy's not.
Yeah.
No, that guy's able to go back, and then his teammate is in position to touch the ball and score.
Yeah. I think what we'll see is this guy's probably gonna like come forward and maybe he's gonna challenge you or maybe he's gonna shadow you. Depends how patient he is. But I think if you hit this ball, you're probably gonna like pass over here to him. And this guy's gonna go back, he's gonna come around center, and if his teammate gets the ball, he's gonna be like supporting his teammate from around here, right? And your teammate's probably gonna rotate back and come try and support you. However, your teammate's probably gonna go back like all the way here because you're gonna lose position here. Let's just see. We give away possession, teammate comes back. The enemy passes it back to you, which is good, and he goes back to support. So, kind of similar. Yeah, this is fine. Go back and get boost. I'd leave this for my teammate. Purely in the basis that you see how he's, as we're rotating back, we see him facing the opponents, like he's facing the goal.
Yeah.
Kind of gives him like priority on any like facing challenge. So since you're facing this way, it's going to be difficult for you to turn and make a challenge. Whereas for him, he's already facing this way, so he can just go like this, you know, and he's going to make a challenge here. It's much easier for him.
Yeah.
And if you decide to turn around, since it's solo queue, there's a good chance it's going to be a pretty hard double commit because you're kind of like he's expecting you to go back, right? So you kind of bait him in a wee bit if you turn.
Probably shouldn't have turned on that.
Yeah, I think this play's alright. Like, I don't think it's a bad play. I would maybe like I'd maybe just like slow down a little bit because there's certain points, like see if the ball's near the wall. There's a good chance, especially if there's someone near it. Like the wall's a really good place to outplay an opponent. So like if I have the ball on the wall and let's say I'm attacking, right? Let's say I'm on your side and I'm attacking blue side. If I'm here and I have the ball here, like around my car, I'm extremely confident I'm going to be able to outplay someone, right? And that's because the wall gives me like a lot more opportunity to move the ball, like massive adjustments in a short period of time, right? Like I can take it really fast up the wall, I can flick it into midfield, there's lots of things I can do, right? So when the ball is near the wall, you want to try and get like a little bit of space from it, especially if you don't have possession. Because there can be like a drastic movement from your opponent if they have possession. So when you kind of get roped in here, luckily it just hits it and it doesn't like have possession of it. But even so, like we get this kind of awkward bounce from the wall, and then we're a little bit out of position. So I don't think your positioning's too bad. Like I like the idea of you coming in and being kind of aggressive here. I think that's really good. But I would just be careful about getting too close to the point where you're getting involved with your teammate as well. See how your teammate's on the ball. You want to, and especially in twos, you want to stay like a good distance away from your teammate. Give each other space because it's mostly like a 1v1, v1v1 kind of scenario in twos at the moment. Kind of like the meta. If you want a little offensive tip, this is more like a mechanical thing. See when you're attacking, there's a way you can like there's a way to get possession instead of taking like a 50. So in a lot of circumstances, like let's say the ball bounces towards your opponent just a little bit closer to them than it is to you. A lot of the time, like in this scenario, since he's got the ball closer to him, he's like he's in a little bit of an awkward position, right? He's kind of like a little bit side on, he's going to struggle to get a good touch, or he might try and take control of it. Since he's in a bit of an awkward position, you can capitalize on this by not giving him a 50, and instead you kill your momentum here, right? And when you kill your momentum, he immediately like, his brain freezes up, you know? He's like, what's going on? And he's going to screw up really bad if you kill your momentum here. Like, see if you kill your momentum there. Let's look at the touch he does. So, before you even did anything, he was passing, right? He was passing into mid. He just side flipped. Like this. So if you're here and you killed your momentum, you got a free shot. Nice and easy. It's kind of like, just let them play the ball if they have it in defense. It's pretty bad to commit on their side of the pitch, especially around goal side like this. Because a lot of the time they will pass out in an attempt to give themselves space. So think of it like, did you watch my most recent video that I uploaded? Or have you not had the chance to watch it?
Yeah, I just watched it.
You just watched it, awesome. Well, did you get to the part where I was talking about initiative?
Yeah.
Okay, well, initiative is like, whoever has the possession has the initiative, right? To like make a play. So the person who doesn't have initiative, what they want to do is they want to wait and see what the player does with their initiative, and then they want to apply like the correct counter to that. So I use the example of fighter games like Chivalry and Mordhau. Like, it's obviously sword fighting. If someone does a vertical slash, you have to parry that with a vertical slash, right? So it's similar here, like, since he has initiative, we wait to see what slash he's gonna do, and then we like parry or counter it. So it's the same thing here. If we commit immediately, like, yeah, we have no idea what he's gonna do, right? Whereas if we wait just like an extra second, this guy's gonna pass to you. He's used his initiative, and he's just given you the free ball. So, just like, especially in offense, if you're approaching on the enemy, like, last quadrant outside of the goal, always slow down and be very careful about committing. So a lot of the time you'll be in a position where you leave your teammate in a 2v1 afterwards as well if you've overcommitted. Okay, nice. For a bump, I like that a lot. Gonna be a goal. Close. Nice try on the turn. This is the same principle. So what you could have done here is you could have slowed down and started shadowing. And he's probably going to panic, right? So from his perspective, he doesn't actually see you. And this is going to play off audio cues. So like since he can't see you, right? He's got this cone of vision. This is his cone of vision. So since he doesn't see you, he has to guess where you are, right? And see if you drive close to him, but don't actually commit, it's much more effective than committing. Because if you drive close, he's going to get this sound of your engine getting really loud. And he's going to start panicking, he's probably going to hit the ball, he's going to pass it, he's going to flick it. And this is like a really good part of shadowing. Do you shadow a lot, or is it more like a...
I do shadow when like the opponents are dribbling. Or I just like have the ball coming towards their goal. I'm in position to shadow.
Okay, like mostly defensive shadowing then?
Yeah.
Like if the enemy's attacking, then you like shadow here, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. But what I would like you to start trying to do is try and like offensively shadow. That's like in this situation, you're attacking, but you're not gonna commit. You're gonna shadow him whilst you're attacking. And that's basically gonna give you a better attack in the next 5 seconds. Because by shadowing here and not committing, he's gonna pass the ball to you, and then you're just gonna take it for free, right? Whereas if you commit on this, you're gonna just boom into the corner, you're gonna get 50, your teammate's here, so there's nobody to follow up. It's just gonna be like you're not gonna get much out of it. And obviously if you miss, then that's worst case scenario. But it's not that big deal if you miss, it's just a mechanical thing. Maybe playing a little bit close to teammate here. Yeah, I would just like a twos thing. I don't think this is like too big a deal, I've not seen you do this much. But in twos, like try and stay a little bit further back from your teammate. So just the space between you guys. It should be like I like to separate the pitch into 4 quadrants. So you've got this quadrant, and then you've got this quadrant, then you got this quadrant, right? So there's 2 quadrants to each side. You've got 2, or 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if your teammate is in one quadrant, you should never be in the same quadrant as them if you can help it. So if you're wanting to attack with your teammate, you should be in quadrant 2 if he's in quadrant 3. And if he's in quadrant 4, you should be in quadrant 3. So try and stay like one quadrant behind your teammate when you're attacking. Obviously when you're defending it's a little different because you can both be goal side. But that's for attacking anyway. That's how I like to play.
Yeah.
It just gives you time to respond to a play. Whereas if you're too close, something might catch you off guard. Well, that's all folks. I hope there was some useful insights for you from this session. And be sure to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Peace.